Okay, this is section 10-8. This is on area and area of composite figures. We're going to go into some examples here in your book. So example number 1. Let's take a look at that one. So here's number 1. We are going to try to find the area of this composite figure, which means it's not a regular looking figure, but we're going to split this up into two different shapes. We've got a rectangle and we've got a half circle. So how do we find the area of a rectangle? Well, area of a rectangle is length times width, and for the rectangle this is 25 by 12. Alright, and 25 times 12 is 300. And now we're going to find the area of the half circle. Well, area is pi r squared, but then we're going to divide it by 2 since we have half of a circle. So in this case we've got pi, which is 3.14, times the radius for this full circle. You kind of look at it like it's a full circle for a little bit, is 5, so it's times 5 squared. 5 squared is 25, so we've got 3.14 times 25, which is, well, actually we're going to divide that by 2 also, since it has the dividing by 2 part, since it's a half circle. And after you've done all that, we end up with about 39.3 centimeters squared. Alright, now all we're going to do is, so this is 39.3 and this is 300, so all you're going to do is add those together. So a total area of 390, that's not right, 339, 339.3 centimeters squared, total area for that one. Let's go to example number 2. Alright, so number 2 is a shape with a parallelogram and a rectangle. So if you were to split it like that, you'd have a parallelogram and a rectangle, and those are both pretty simple. Parallelogram, base times height. This is the parallelogram. It's all basically turned to the side, so if you wanted to look at it this way, you could. It would still be 8 by 28. And 8 times 28 is 224. Alright, so that's the parallelogram. Then we've got the rectangle. Rectangle formula is length times width. In this case, 38 times 24. And those two multiplied are 912. And then what you're doing for the final is adding those two numbers together. We end up with 1,136 square feet. But it does also say that suppose one bag of mulch covers an area of about 9 square feet. So what we're going to do with that is take 1136 and divide by 9 to figure out how many bags of mulch that it would take to cover that whole thing. So when you divide, you get about 126.2 bags, but you can't buy 0.2 of a bag, so that number would then become 127 bags. And that is 10-8.